Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of Emotional Intelligence with Coach LDA. And today we'll be talking about recognizing the impact of your emotions. I know yesterday we talked about understanding and recognizing your emotions, and today we want to talk about the impact. And just for a quick recap, we talked about what emotions are, and we say that emotions are like signals about what you're feeling. So they tell you about what you're feeling. We also said that you need to guide your reactions, your thoughts, and your behaviors. We also mentioned that emotions are neither good nor bad. They just be a part of human. So today we're going to look at emotions and thoughts. We talked about impact of emotions. So how do your emotions impact on you? The first thing is you need to know that emotions are energy in motion. Emotions are energy in motion, right? And how you act is basically the things that you feel. So we said it's a response to stimulus, and the way you feel starts to impact on how you behave, right? So if you're having a happy emotions when you're feeling good, it's probably because you're thinking positively. So when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling angry, it's because you're thinking negatively. And so let's think about it. Let's just try to expand on it. Now, I tell you that I have, so you've always wanted probably a Nike sneakers, and I just told you that, oh, I have given you a Nike sneakers. And you start to think of the places you're going to wear them to. Something wells up in your tummy and you start to feel good. Your vibes are coming out, your eyes are popping. And again, you are thinking negative. You think, oh, this person does not like me. I think I'm ugly. I think I'm this. And you realize that you're starting to feel low. Your energy is just low. So the kind of thoughts you have is affects your emotions, right? Now, emotions affect your thoughts, or let's say your thoughts affect your emotions. So it's a vice versa. But for this particular class, we're just talking about how your emotions affect you. What are the impacts of emotions? So the first thing is that your emotions affect your thoughts. So you need to pay attention. So when you're not feeling good, you need to start asking yourself, what am I thinking? Another thing that emotion affects you is how you react, right? When you're feeling happy, you act very friendly. You're likely to go out with friends. You're likely, so like I said, I just give you that sneakers, and you're very excited, and you're jumping around with it. It makes you feel. It makes you feel happy. It makes you feel good. When you're happy, you do things that are well. In the other way, when you're angry, when you're sad, you start to throw tantrums, say negative words, starts to vibrate. So you can see that emotions is not just, oh, feelings. Yeah, some people say emotions is feelings, but emotions goes beyond feelings. Emotions are actually indicators, just like the way you have your 3 indicators, the traffic indicators, your emotions. So when you're on green light, when you have positive thoughts or when you're happy, you can move. And when you're on red, things starts to stop. Now, another thing is that your emotions actually affect your body, right? Yes, your emotions affect your body. When you are feeling angry, your body starts to tremble, your heart starts to beat, right? Your muscles are tightened. Sometimes when you're afraid, there's rumbles in your tummy. I feel like, hi, I want to go to the restroom. That is your emotions actually coming out in your body, right? But when you're feeling, you know, when you're feeling good, another thing they say there's butterfly in my belly. So there's rumbles of you want to run to, then there's this leaping of your heart. So the way you feel affects, so you have this happy face when you're feeling very happy. So your body starts to react to the things that are going on inside of you. Your emotions also affect your relationships, right? So we've talked about how your emotions affect your thoughts. We've talked about how your emotion affects your body. We've talked about how your emotions, now we're talking about how your emotions affect your relationship. Now, when you feel good about someone, you're likely going to interact with the person more. You're going to have amazing conversations with them. When you're happy about someone, it could be your friend, it could be your parents, it could be your teachers. When you feel good about them, when you have positive energy about them, you're likely to have strong relationship with them. And when you're feeling angry or having the not positive vibes about people, it can cause unhappiness. Sometimes, which it is not advised, it could even lead to physical fight or violence, and that is totally unacceptable, right? It is a no-no, regardless of what people do to you. You hold no right to start throwing blows and annoying words. And it's not only physically. Sometimes online, people are behind their keypads and they're really throwing amazing, or I just have to use the word amazing. They are throwing words that are not good enough at other people, right? And it's not acceptable. Now we've talked about how your emotions impact you. Don't you think you need to control those emotions? Don't you think you need to consciously start to look for how to have positive vibes every now and then? And that talks to us about emotional regulation. You need to take control of your emotions, right? So emotional regulations has to do with knowing your emotions and choosing how to act. And that's simple, like period. Emotional regulation, simple. Know your emotions and choose how to act. Yes, to me feels simple, to you might not feel simple. That's why you're here for the next 21 days, so that you could identify those emotions and how you're going to act with those emotions. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to ignore them, right? It means you're going to manage them. So you're feeling happy, you would manage it. From the part of Nigeria that I come from, there's this local adage that says that when people are sad, they would likely not hurt themselves, but when they are overjoyous, they might hurt themselves, right? So again, what seemed like a positive, so someone does not have food, is probably in his house, then somebody gives him a lot of money and he takes it out with his friends, they have very good time, they come, they are not in their right spaces, they are overspeeding and all of that, and they run into a big truck, and that's the end. That's joy. So it also tells you that no emotion in itself is good or bad. It is what we make out of it that makes it good or bad, right? So you need to understand the emotions you're feeling per time. If you were in our class for day one, you would have seen the charts of emotions, so that you can start to pick which of these emotions is actually are you actually running with, and you can start to organize your thoughts and manage them. So emotional regulation, it's not about ignoring your emotions. If you're feeling angry, there's definitely a reason why you're feeling angry, and you want to ask yourself. So one of the tips is you need to take a deep breath, like breathe in for 10 seconds and breathe out. So you take a deep breath, you count 1 to 10. If you're very angry, right, no matter how angry you get or you are, if you could just take a deep breath, pause for 10 seconds, it's going to make a lot of difference, right? So even if you're feeling in any certain way, you're feeling happy, you're feeling sad, feeling surprised, like just try and take a deep breath and you will find out that you're doing magic, right? Another thing is you need to practice emotional intelligence. You need to practice emotional intelligence, checking with yourself all through the day. You're asking yourself, oh, so LDA, how are you feeling now? Just your personal self, just ask yourself how you feeling right now. And you have to be able to name your emotions. You have to, so that's why it's important. If you're not here for the first class, you have to go back to that class, because we really dealt with the names of the emotions in our workshop. You have to be able to name your emotions, like actually name them. You have to be able to say, oh, I am feeling happy, I am feeling frustrated, I am feeling angry, right? I'm feeling sad. And you journal them. For every emotion you're feeling, you have to always journal them. All right, so talking about your impact of your emotions, you need to also build emotion. And that's why we're here. You need to understand yourself, you need to understand others, right? You have to know your emotions, and it would help you make better decisions. And lastly, you need to know that being self-compassionate is also a good thing about emotional intelligence. Sometimes we drop balls, right? Emotions are normal. Everyone has them. So don't be ashamed of yourself when you feel a certain way, right? When people have wounds, they are not ashamed. So when people are struggling with handling how they feel, you shouldn't be ashamed, right? So key takeaways for us in day 2. Number 1, you have to recognize your emotions and how they affect you. We've talked about that. We need to choose how to respond to your emotions. And one of the ways to do that is by practicing deep breath so that you can at least pause on your behavior before you act. You also need to journal. You need to be aware and take care of yourself and your body. And that comes to the end of day 2. If you want to follow us, if you want to get all of these classes from start to finish, you have to join our WhatsApp group. It's free, like totally free. You're going to have access to all of these videos and the accompanying workbook that you can start to put your hands on and do something with. Have an amazing rest of the day. Bye.